Now, tomorrow, state and federal education leaders will meet to work out how the coming months will look for Australia's 4 million school students under the new COVID-19 restrictions. There are fears disruptions will mean students are missing out on vital parts of the curriculum.
And that's especially so for those in Year 12, Mel, which we know. In Victoria, there are even suggestions that end-of-year exams could be pushed into next year to allow students to catch up. Earlier, I spoke with one of Australia's leading educators, Greg Whitby. His Catholic Schools Diocese in Western Sydney has 34,000 students and 3,000 teachers. Now, we're a few weeks into this whole new world of learning. How is everyone coping?
I think everybody is coping very well, to put it bluntly. They are a bit mystified and they're learning as they're going. We have a saying here, you learn the work by doing the work.
Look, the students, the parents at home who are trying to help the kids, the teachers, everybody's giving it a real red-hot go to this new style of learning. But what about the concern that children are not getting as good an education this year? Do you think that's a fair assessment?
I don't think it's a fair assessment. I think they're certainly going to get a different experience. But, to assume that all learning takes place in the schools, and I'm not denying that that's a core part of the delivery of the curriculum. The thing is that we have to work with those with the parent community and get them to understand that how we've done it is not necessarily going to be the same into the future, but we will guarantee the quality, and the quality is the issue. What parents want to be concerned about is that they've got rigorous assessment, they've got rigorous tasks to do, and our schools are making sure that we do that.
What about our Year 12 kids this year? I know one state, Victoria, is concerned enough to consider pushing exams for its 49,000 students into early next year. Where do the Year 12 students sit, and is that something all the states should be considering? Can you realistically see the Year 12 exams going ahead as normal this year?
I can't realistically see them going ahead this year for two reasons. The first one is just the practical one that I've outlined before. To assume that every child in New South Wales, the 70,000 plus, will get the same learning experience, that will have a level playing field, is utterly ridiculous. To be blunt, we're still going to forward, assume that it does go forward with an examination style. We'll be having children sitting in rooms for 3 hours with a pen and paper test to do what's been done for the last 60 years. I wonder whether that's appropriate now, and whether we could take a lot of the heat and a lot of the concern out of this, and so we can focus on finding the solutions. And the solutions are there.
Before I let you go, give me your forecast going ahead. Obviously, the Prime Minister talks about us being in a 6-month period here dealing with this health and economic crisis. Do you see the schools going back to regular classroom activities and hours any sooner than that, potentially after the Easter break?
My crystal ball's no better than most others, I'd say. Our planning probably so that we can give some certainty would be around a term, but if it's early in that, we would welcome that. But I want to make sure that all schools would assure their communities that the kids will get the best possible education, and they will do so in a planned and constructive way.
All right, Greg Whitby, really good talking to you, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, leading educator there. I mean, it's saying what a lot of people in education circles are saying now. There is no way that the Year 12 kids should be pushing ahead with their exams later in this year, which is big news. We both went through that last year with our elders.
And there's enough stress anyway. Actually, my daughter's in Year 11, and we've also said to her, do your best, and if you get to the end of the year and there's issues, then we'll deal with it. If you've got to go again, you've got to go again.